So what you're looking at are your ID lights, the three amber lights on top, and the amber lights and your marker lights on the side, that they are damaged or broken. You've got your run lights, high beams, low beams are not broken, they're clear. Your indicator lights, turn signals and four ways are amber, not damaged or broken. Now we will go to the engine. Alright, we've lifted the hood. Alright, the first thing I'm going to check here is our steering column. It is not bent or broken. Both U-joints are properly greased. Our power steering gearbox is not broken. No illegal welds. It is secured to the frame. All your hydraulic hoses are secured, not leaking. This is your power steering fluid reservoir. This is where I would check if necessary. Your your power steering pump is inside. It is secured to the motor. It is gear driven. There's no illegal welds. For your steering linkage, your pitman arm, drag link, upper and lower control arm, and your tie rod are all secured with the castle nut and cotter pin, and all the ball joints are properly greased. Okay, this is our air compressor. It is secured to the motor. It is gear driven, and there are no cracks or illegal welds. This is your governor. It is properly secured. We've got no leaks in the airlines. All the airlines are making sure that there are no cracks or leaks, that we're not leaking air. And that is everything for this side. So now we'll walk around. So we will finish off. Okay, so that is your coolant. That's where your coolant, that's where you'd add. All your water lines are secured with the hose clamps, and that we're not leaking, at all. Down here is your water pump. It is secured to the motor. It is gear driven. There are no cracks or illegal welds. This is your alternator, secured to the motor. All electrical connections are secured. It is belt driven with no more than 3/4 inch slack in the belt. For your exhaust, there should be no cracks, no damage. All clamps should be secured in place, and there should be no soot on the line for indicating a leak. So your oil, this is where I would fill oil. That's where I'd check the oil. Okay, now for the frame. The frame can't be damaged, bent, no illegal welds. For the suspension, your leaf spring mounts are bolted to the frame, cannot be damaged, no illegal welds. Your leaf springs are held in place with your anchor plate, your 2 U-bolts with the 4 nuts. Your shock absorber is not damaged, not deflated. It is secured to the frame and the anchor plate. Now, if this is your brake air line, it must be securely connected. We're not leaking air. This is your electrical ABS line. It must not be frayed. This is your brake chamber. It is properly secured. There are no cracks. We're not leaking air, and your clamp is in place, properly seated. This is your push rod, and this is your slack adjuster. And with the brakes applied, we cannot have more than an inch play in the push rod. But going inside, we have your brake drum. Your brake drum, there shouldn't be any grease or soot on the drum. For your brake pad, you can't have less than 1/4 inch of the brake pad lining. For the tire, the sides of the tires can't have any bulges, no cuts. Your tire tread can't be less than 4/32 inch. Your tire must be inflated to 100 psi or manufacturer's specifications. Your rim can't have any cracks or no illegal welds, and it's held in place with your lug nuts that are all secure, no rust, no shiny wear marks indicating a loose lug nut. Your valve stem must be straight, not touching the rim. This is your hub seal, and this is where I would check the oil. So moving on, this is your door. Your door is not damaged. Your hinges aren't damaged. Your mirrors are properly secured and not damaged. Your door latches are in function. They open and close. Your steps can't have any debris. Your fuel tank must be held in place with 2 straps, and there should be no shiny wear marks indicating a loose strap. Your fuel cap must have a locking chain and gasket, and there should be no leaks underneath the tank. Your amber indicator light serves for your turn signals and 4-ways. The back of the tractor, this is your exhaust line. It is secured to the frame. All your air lines are not cracked or damaged. We're not leaking air. Your electrical is held in place with the locking pin, and there's no frayed wires. Only the electrical. This is your catwalk. It is secured to the frame. Underneath is your drive line. It is not bent or damaged. Alright, going into the back, the brake system, I would check the same as the front, except that we have spring brakes instead of air brakes. For the suspension, I would check the same as the front, except that we have airbags on the back of the leaf springs, and I would make sure that there's no cracks in the airbag, that we're not leaking air. And we also have a torque bar attached to the differential in the frame that cannot be damaged or broken. For the tires, I would check the same, except that we have dualies so that make sure that they're butted together with no debris. Your tread can't be less than 2/32 inch, and we have an axle seal and not a hub seal. We finish the back of the tractor. We got our lights. These serve as our run lights, brake lights, left-right turn signals and 4-ways, and the white one is your reverse light. That's your pintle hook, and it can't be damaged. And here we don't need mud splash guards, but if they were in place, we would make sure that they're not touching the ground or the tire. So going to the 5th wheel, the top upper 5th wheel, our apron can't be damaged. We have the 5th wheel plate is properly greased, and there is no gap between the apron and the 5th wheel. That's your release lever. It is in the lock position. It is attached to the locking jaw that's firmly secured around the shank of the kingpin, which is not damaged. And that's your safety, your locking latch is in place. This is a sliding 5th wheel, and the sliding 5th wheel must be secured with 2 pins. Again, this airline must not be leaking. The 5th wheel the platform must be secured to the frame, and we have these set of bolts and this set here. All must be in place. That takes care of the 5th wheel. And for the trailer, the back of the trailer can't have any bulges indicating the load shift. Again, all my airlines are secured. The glad hand rubbers are not leaking. And again, my electrical line is secured with that safety latch. These are, up there are my clearance lights. Must be amber. These are, we have reflectors. All must be in working order, not damaged or broken. Your DOT tape must all be in place. Your frame can't be damaged damaged or bent, no cracks in the frame. Your landing gear must have no damage. It is welded to the cross members, which must all be present and secured to the floor. Your landing gear lever must be in the lock position. You don't want it flapping around. And there should be no gravel on the feet of the landing gear. So going on down, for the trailer axle, the brake system on the trailer is the same as the back of the tractor. For my suspension, the only difference is that the leaf spring mounts are welded to the frame, not bolted. And for the tires, the only difference here is that we have a hub seal and not an axle seal. So going on down, we have our rear indicator lights. They're red. Lights and reflectors can't be damaged or broken. The very back, we have our 3 red indicator lights. Must not be damaged or broken. All of our hardware, the hinges, the door latch, and the locking chain must all be properly secured. All of our lights must be functional. Our red lights must all be functional. These serve as your run lights, brake lights, left to right turn signals, and 4-ways. There should be a light above the license plate, and making sure that our DOT bumper is not damaged. Our splash guard should be in place, should be securely in place, not touching the ground or the tire. And that's your rear pintle hook. It must not be damaged. I believe that is everything.